What predicts good therapy and good experience? I'll tell you. Unfiltered advice. The two fundamentals, though, are the most important as I see it. My name's Poppy. Welcome. This is me here. Take what you want, leave what you don't. Some of it you may not have heard before. Some of it might be a bit shocking. However, the intention here is in pursuit of you having a really, really valuable, liberating relationship with your therapist, counsellor, coach, mentor, the works, psychiatrist. It's not the treatment approach we know from the research that is the predictor of whether or not it will be therapeutic and or effective. The indicator is the relationship that you have with that person in and of its own, that you feel safe with them, that you resonate with them, that you feel they are attuned to you, they hear you, they see you, they feel you, they're there with you. We work for you. Please keep that in mind. It gets to be a pleasure and a privilege for us to meet with you, to hear your stories, to hear your experience, to support you, to work with you, alongside of you, in pursuit of what you want. If I were you, this is certainly what I do. Every time I'm interviewing, you get to interview us. I appreciate sometimes you're given someone because you're taking a service, or you've got choices. You get to have your questions answered. And if you're not feeling fantastic about that, you could always take someone to advocate for you, or you could email or ask somebody to email with follow-up questions if you have them. The major question I would have is, who's got your back so that you can have my back? 30 years in, I have clinical supervision. 30 years in, I have therapy. 30 years in, I have mentors, because again, this is a lifestyle, not a job. If we're in the field of healthcare, in my opinion, we get to be healthy and we get to be immersively committed to being so. So that you get to be curious about. Behavior is a language of its own, so you get to be curious if the baseline behavior of that person changes when you start asking these kinds of questions. This is not to be difficult. This is to make sure that you have a person on your hands who you would like to affect you, who you'd essentially like to be like, to rub off on you. We become the people we spend time with. So we want to make sure that the people we spend time with, we do actually want to, in some kind of way, mimic, resonate with long term. If you want to learn something, learn it well, I would say. When it comes to me, I'm a hybrid version of things. I'm a psychotherapist, psychologist, and a coach. For me, in the way that I work and the way I am and my interests, it's been very important for me to learn all three fields and integrate it, because my brand is self-mastery, to master what you're thinking, doing, and being, so that you can have a life of thriving and not be one of those people that I'm referring to often, Bonnie Ware, the palliative care nurse, who did research the top regrets of the dying. The first one being, I wish I had the courage to live the life I wanted instead of the life I thought other people expected of me. That, transgenerationally, the unhappiness of other people causes a lot of collateral damage. So the work that I am in is ensuring that you have your life of desire lived on your terms, without fear and love. What happened for me, and it's why I am unaffiliated, I work for you. And what I mean by that is I regulate myself. My business has its own policies and ethics based on what I feel, after 30 years of research and so on, is appropriate, that is specific to client-centered care. So for me, many years ago, about 28 years, I think, I had governing bodies and regulatory boards and so on. However, in the healthcare field, a lot changed in terms of freedom of speech is no longer a thing, and informed consent, which for me is the bedrock of my work, that all people have the right to full and thorough, unredacted, non-censored, unbiased information about your health so you can make decisions about it. The healthcare field asked me and a lot of other people to suppress information, and I'm not prepared to do that. Just so you know, I work quite differently from some other people. Ask the questions and make sure that you're happy with the answers. And what I would say, it's not about comfort. You know, a client of mine once, because I work with couples and families as well as individuals and groups and stuff. And he said, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that, because I was moving my clinic. I used to have a clinic on Harley Street, and many of them actually, to my house. And I'm not sure I'm comfortable, Poppy, with coming to your house. And I said, I'm not sure who gave you the impression therapy is comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's not meant to be comfortable. However, it is to be appropriate, ethical, and safe. So ask the questions. And if you're a healthcare worker, thank you for you, my love. Thank you for you. We need you. We also need you having someone in your life who you respect, who is trained and professional, having your back so that you can do your good work beautifully, maintainably, ethically. Please ensure that you have clinical supervision, regardless as to your skill level. And please ensure you have therapy, regardless as to whether or not you feel you're healed. Sending enormous love.